Hey folks, so today's video is titled Practice Makes Progress, and the reason is I had one of my students ask me, she said, what did you say the other day? Practice makes something. And I had to think about it, and I said, well, did I say practice makes perfect? She said, no, that's not what you said. And I had to think about this because maybe I changed it. Um, and we finally decided that I had said practice makes progress. And I like that. Now, the adage practice makes perfect is one that you've probably heard. And while it's not always technically true, I think that there's truth behind it. And it really, without getting too philosophical, it really depends on what you define as perfect. And I better back this up before I keep going because I can see the reaction that I'm going to get from this. I'm not saying that perfection is something that we can take the definition of and then dismantle and then make our own definitions of perfect and everybody can have their own perfect. But also, yes. So for instance, several years ago I had a student and then one day he said, "Hey, I'm done. I just wanted to be good enough to do this set of things and now I'm there and I'm done." And I was, kind of surprised. If he had told me that in the beginning, we could have made that a lot, we could have got there a lot faster. So what is your goal, I think, is the first question. If you want to get to a place where you can play the things that you want to play and you reach that goal, and also you can play those songs or you can play in that style or you can play that instrument or whatever it is, every time that you pick it up, have you reached perfection? Are you at where you want to be is a better question. Now, what's perfection? You know, we learn music and we learn through repetition. We only have one brain. Our fingers don't have brains for themselves, and so they have to rely on us. And it's a long way from here to here. So these things only learn by repetition. And we call that repetition practice. So if the body learns by repeating actions and sort of codes them or stashes them in your brain and your memory, then it stands to reason that whatever you're doing a lot is the most likely thing that will come out when you go to do it again. So if you're making lots of mistakes all the time, then it's likely that the next time you play, whether it's practice or whether it's performance or just for yourself, it's likely that there might be some mistakes that come out. So what is perfection? Well, you want to play notes, you want to play chords, you want to play the songs the way that they're written or the way that they're intended. But at the end of the day, your ear is the judge, and so you're going to decide for yourself, this sounds right. And so between two people, both people can play the same song, and they might play it a little bit differently, but each one of them thinks that their song sounds right. So where is the opportunity for perfection in that? If they both play very well, they're both playing in their own style, now we have to take some other parameters into consideration. And so I would suggest that when we use the phrase practice makes perfect, that what we're really wanting to do is shine a light on the fact that repetition is key in order to make your playing consistent, because it's really consistency that we're after. I mean, in the end, we're people, and human beings are not, as it turns out, perfect. Spoiler alert. So I don't mind using the phrase practice makes perfect because I think people understand what's meant there. And also, yeah, like you do want to strive for perfection. You want the song to be the way that it's supposed to be. But then when you play it, you can also make it your own too. So I would say don't get so hung up on, ultimate perfection. Yeah, that's great. Perfection is good. When I learn new songs, I try to get them right. But don't be afraid also to take a look at your goal and see, is perfection the goal or is playing the song and having fun the goal? Both are okay. It's okay to have fun. Um, and you know what was it? What was the quote? Um, oh my gosh, I'm gonna mess it up now. I think it was a Beethoven quote where he says like to play without passion is inexcusable, and I think that's true. So keep in mind that when you're thinking about practicing and practice makes perfect. Um, yeah, practice makes progress. I mean, you're going to get toward whatever end you're heading toward. So if you're heading down a road where you're practicing poorly, then that's the direction you're firmly setting off in, and then that's what will come out most of the time when you play. If you try to correct things that are wrong, if you try to work on technique, if you play in certain styles all the time or whatever it is, then that's the direction you're heading off into. That will get you where you want to go. And so clearly, getting where you want to be is the end game. And playing the songs that you want to play is the end game, or writing the songs that you want to write. Um, a spoiler alert again, I guess. There is a forthcoming songwriting course that I will have coming out very soon. So stand by for that. But whatever you want to do, that's the direction that you need to be going. So, yes, does practice make perfect? Yeah. Practice is going to make you better, and it's going to cause you, if you're practicing well and you're using good technique and you're aware, or maybe even if you have a good teacher, that you'll reduce the number of instances where you have mess ups, and therefore increase the number of times that you play things well. And that's exactly what you're really looking for. And I think that practice makes perfect is just a quick way to sort of encapsulate all of that. So maybe I've left something out here, but that's my thoughts on it. So I'm going to title this video Practice Makes Progress. And leave me a comment, and we'll see what we can find out here in the next video. See you later.